Hi everyone, it's Michelle. Welcome back. So today I thought I would come talk about some of my favorite Guerlain products. And the reason I thought I'd talk about this today is a lot of you have asked, now that I've talked about the fact that I work at Neiman Marcus, a lot of you have asked me to keep you informed when the store is doing some kind of gift with purchase or special offer or something like that. And next week, really starting the 10th, from the 10th through the 16th, if you make a purchase at the Guerlain counter, there is a very good gift with purchase. Now, it's a high amount you have to spend, but Guerlain is giving away a brush set. They did this, I think it was last year, it might have been the year before, and I picked it up. So it's a set of 5 full-size Guerlain brushes. And for those of you who aren't aware, Guerlain, for the most part, does not sell their brushes here in the States. The only brushes they sell here in the States are the short bronzer brush and the brush that they recommend that you use with the Meteorites Pearls. They don't sell their real sort of full-size makeup brush line here in the States. So every once in a while they do a gift with purchase where they'll give away an actual brush set. So this is my brush set from last year. The amount you have to spend is high. It is a $400 purchase, and then you get the brush set for free. But I thought I would talk about it, share some of my favorite products from Guerlain in case anyone is interested. So the brushes are a big powder brush. This could be used for all over powder. It could be used for your Meteorites Pearls. It could be used for blushing, bronzer, anything like that. It's a good size. They're long handled. They have the Guerlain name. Mine have not chipped, so it may be lasered on there because mine have not chipped. It's a wood handle, black ferrule, beautiful brush. I will say this year's brush, I brought one to show you. So mine has red bristles. This year's brush has purple bristles, so it's sort of a bright purple color. I brought one home so you could see the difference. That's the only difference in the brush sets, is the color of the hair on the powder brush this year. It has a beautiful blush brush. This is a pinched brush. They're very soft. They're not Japanese suku brush soft, but they're very soft bristles. This is a nice pinched brush, so you can lay down blush with it, you could contour with it, you could do some precise powdering with it. It's a really nice brush. I use it quite a bit. Again, you know, black handle with the Guerlain name in gold. Very nice brush. It has a concealer brush, or you could use this for laying down cream shadows. Very nice brush. It has, this is my favorite brush in the set. It has a beautiful eyeliner brush. It's nice tight bristles. It's a nice long handle, so it makes it, I like having a long handle for eyeliner. For some reason I feel like I get more control with it. Beautiful, beautiful liner brush. I wish they sold this on its own. I would have a few if they did. And then this is their version of the lip brush, which is a nice pointed lip brush. If you do not like to use a lip brush, this could be used for precise concealing. It can be also, because it's so thin, I don't know if you can see that, it's a nice narrow tip. It's great for gel liners and that kind of thing. So these are the 5 brushes that you would get with a $400 purchase. They come boxed in a beautiful box if you wanted to give them as a gift. Let me get the box open for you. It comes beautifully packaged in black tissue, and then the case, it's this type of case. It has a little band to keep the case closed, and then all the brushes are inside the case. So if you wanted to use this to carry your brushes when you traveled, you could. It will hold more than the 5 brushes that are there. What's nice about it is it's relatively compact, and it protects the head of the brush, so when you're traveling, your brushes don't get all mashed and that kind of thing. So I think it's a really nice brush set. It's a $200 value, they say. I think the big deal is that you can't get them here in the States, so if you are a Guerlain brush lover and have wanted more of them, this might be a chance to get them. So I'm going to talk about now some of my, and I will tell you that I think this is going on at all Neiman Marcus stores this week, the 10th through the 16th. And you know, if $400 is just too much for you, you can't get the brush set, but I know at my counter, if you spend like $125 or $150, we will put together a gift for you. So, yeah, so that's going on. I thought I would talk about some of my absolute Guerlain favorites. First of all, I've talked about this over and over again as my all-time go-to, and it's my Guerlain primer. This is the Meteorites primer. This particular color was a limited edition last summer, and I bought a couple bottles of it because I fell in love with the primer. So this color is called Les Or. You can't get it anymore, but it comes in the regular color, which is just a soft, glowy, it looks pink in the bottle. It's not pink on the skin. It's just a glowy color. They work exactly the same. This is a wonderful, wonderful primer. I can't say enough about it. I talk about it all the time. I also love their eye quads, some of them. I bought this one. It was limited edition. This is called number 503 Les Tendres. This was a limited edition one, so you can't get it anymore, but I wanted to show it because they just came out with 3 new quads. The shadows have been reformulated. They're beautiful. There's 3 of them. I'm going to insert a picture here. We have all of those in stock, and they're absolutely stunning. There's 3 matte shadows in there, which is wonderful to get. Guerlain doesn't often put mattes in their quads. There's 3 mattes and 1 satiny color in each of those quads, so they are gorgeous. One of my other favorite products from Guerlain is their concealer, which they call Precious Lights. It comes in a tube like the Touche Éclat, just, you know, sort of a pen style. This works beautifully to conceal and give brightness. So where the Touche Éclat really is an under eye brightener, the Guerlain product is really about concealing and brightening. Now, if you have super, super dark circles, you're going to need to correct and then use something like this, but many, many times I can get away with just this. I also love this for touching up later in the day because it's such a lightweight product. You know, sometimes later in the day your darkness starts coming through. You can put this on, dab it on over makeup, and I don't get any caking or anything. So I love it. Again, Guerlain Precious Lights. Another product I talk about a lot, and it's a holy grail product for me, is the Meteorites Pearls. I have these in a few different colors. This is a brilliant finishing powder. It's, you know, it is the pearls. You just take a brush, a stiff brush. You'll need a stiff brush. This is a relatively stiff brush, and you swirl it in there and you get some powder on it, and you just sort of go over the skin with it, and it just sort of blurs everything. It has light diffusing properties. There's a few different colors depending on if you're trying to color correct, if you're just wanting to brighten, if you're wanting to add a little warmth. There's a few different colors. These are amazing. I think everyone needs to own them. And then last in the makeup category, I'm going to talk about their glosses. I love Guerlain glosses. Now, they're not sticky. They actually are quite hydrating. I have this one on today. It's just a beautiful nude. The color's 402. I'm not sure if this was limited edition or not, but it was from this summer. It's a beautiful color. It's a beautiful, beautiful nude. But their lip glosses are really nice. They're not sticky. Some of them just give a little bit of glow and they're not very opaque, and some of them, like this one, are quite opaque. It just depends on the color you choose. I love them. They are not sticky. They do have a little bit of a scent, so if you do not like a lip gloss with scent, it's a little floral actually. Yeah, it's a little bit of a florally scent. It does dissipate. Like, I don't taste it on my lips anymore, but they're beautiful. They wear nicely. It's a gloss. It's not long wear, but keeps your lips hydrated. It wears really nicely. The other color I wanted to show, because people look at it and they're like, wow, but it's beautiful. So this is the color 400, and it's called Gold Schlack, and it looks like crazy gold. But what it is it's like a, let me see if you can see it on my hand. It's like a clear gloss with a little bit of gold. Here's why I want to show you. So I recommend this for anybody who wears lipsticks that sometimes later in the day, or you're going out in the evening and you just want to amp it up a little bit. This, when you put it on, just gives the most beautiful extra glow to the lips. It's perfection. And when it wears off, there's no gold glitter or anything like that left. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful gloss that everybody should have for layering over lipsticks and other glosses. I also wear this alone sometimes when I don't have any makeup on and I just want a little something on my lips. It's not overpowering. It's not as crazy as it looks. It's just beautiful. Everyone I have try this on at the store buys it. It's that gorgeous. Okay, now I'm going to talk about some of my favorite sort of skincare products from Guerlain. The first one, this isn't really skincare, but it's called LipLift. And this is the lip primer that Guerlain sells. And what you do, I'm not going to do it now because I have gloss on, is you put this on your lips before you're going to put your lipstick on. So you would put it on a couple minutes before, and you actually kind of go outside the lip line too. And what it does is, first of all, it moisturizes the lips, which is why you need to put it on and then give it like 1 or 2 minutes to do its thing before you put your lipstick on. Moisturizes the lips, keeps things from feathering outside the lip line. It works really, really well. And it helps the lipstick be a little bit more true to color, because this is not going to cover your lip color, but it is going to tone it down a bit. So your lipsticks will appear much more true to color. So I love this. Again, it's called LipLift. Kiss Kiss LipLift is what it's called. Okay, let's talk about a little skincare. The first thing I want to talk about is a serum. And if you are one of those people who just is looking for hydration, they have a SuperAqua line. Guerlain has a SuperAqua line. They sell eye patches, they sell face masks, they sell, you know, face creams and all that stuff. But my favorite product is a serum, and they have it for the eye as well. I don't have that anymore. I do use that on a regular basis, but this is the SuperAqua Serum. And this line is really strictly about hydration. This is a lightweight serum. And they, you know, Guerlain's claim in this line is that it's, you know, an 8-ounce drink of water for the skin. And what I love about the serums is, especially the eye serum, but you can do it with the face serum too, is, you know, you layer it under your moisturizer. It works beautifully for that. But later in the day, when you haven't had enough water, or you've been in a really cold environment and your skin is just looking, you know, sort of parched and a little wrinkly, you can take these products, warm them on the hands, and press them over your makeup, and it will just re-plump things. I really love it with the eye serum. I'm just out of mine. I need to get another one, but it works as well for the face one, so I wanted to talk about that. One of my favorite lines from Guerlain is their Abeille Royale line, which the basis for the line is royal jelly. It's, you know, this line is derived from products from the black bee, honey, and royal jelly from the black bee, which is a special bee, I guess. And I thought I'd talk about a couple of my favorites. The first one being the oil. So I have been using this for a while. Last winter, it sort of saved my skin. What I will say is this is called a face treatment oil. So it's not strictly oil. There's honey in here and some other humectants in this product. It is supposed to be firming, lifting, and toning. Now, as I was researching this to talk a little bit more about it and started reading about it, I kind of had a moment where I went, because it says it's firming, lifting, and toning. And if you would have asked me if it is, I would have said, I don't really know if I saw toning or lifting. But so many of you have commented that throughout my weight loss journey, I have not lost sort of the tone you know, around my chin area, my jawline, and that kind of thing. And I have been using this, so I don't know that this is why, but I don't know that it isn't. So I'm glad I was using it now that I understand kind of how it works and that it has this lifting and toning. You know, that the products in it are very lifting and toning. So what you do with this, just like any other oil, is you warm it up on your hands, but Guerlain suggests you press it into the skin and you massage it up and out, and especially on the jawline because of the lifting properties, which is kind of how I was using it. So I love it. So, you know, I truly believe in face oils if you have dry, dehydrated skin. I talked about how I got through last winter because of them. And this one has a really good price point. So I know I talked about the Sicily one and how wonderful I thought it was, but I've barely started using that. I used this one for last winter, and this is like $98, and it is, how much product is in here? 0.9 fluid ounces, so a little bit more than the Sicily has in it, and it's only $98 instead of $235. Something to think about. I love the Youth Serum. This is also firming and lifting, and I used this all last winter as well. And so again, it has wrinkle correcting, firming, lifting Youth Serum. Again, this is from the Abeille line, so it has honey and royal jelly and that kind of thing from the Black Bee, and I really have enjoyed this as well. And then lastly, I know the video is getting long, so I want to talk. A lot of people ask me about, do I have a favorite eye cream? Because I jump around a lot and I test a lot of different products, but right now, and I have bought probably, this is probably my third one of these that I've purchased. And this is the Guerlain Orchidee. It's called Orchidee Imperiale. It's from the Orchidee line with Guerlain, which is their most anti-aging line. So this fights, you know, this, they call it the 6 signs of aging. You know, it's toning, firming, you know, it addresses wrinkles, radiance, all of that stuff. This is my favorite eye cream. It's eye and lip. I don't know that it's done a whole lot for my lip lines, to be perfectly honest with you. But when I am not using this on my eyes, I notice the difference. So this to me is a beautiful, beautiful eye cream. It's expensive. It is, I believe it runs $200 or $225 for, you know, a half an ounce, which is a pricey product. One of these will last me almost a year because you use just the smallest amount. I use it twice a day. I press it all around my orbital bone because you can use it all around your orbital bone. I thought I'd talk a little bit about the science behind the Orchidee. So, you know, the Orchidee line is derived from orchids, and really the golden orchid is what really has sort of done the trick, I think, for them. This is the 3rd generation now. They've done so much research over the last 15 years. They're on the 3rd generation of the product. Let's see. I thought I'd read a little bit about it because I thought it was really interesting. So they focused on the orchid and its extraordinary powers of longevity. Where was it? The golden orchid, which is the big, you know, the ingredient that they think that has recently been added that makes the most difference. It takes 7 years for the orchid to mature, and it can only be harvested once a year in April. And so they've got this farm of these orchids, and you know, they have created it so that it is sustainable, so that they can keep harvesting. They can only harvest once a year, which is why sometimes supplies of this are limited. Let's see, what else did I want to tell you about it? But for those of you who don't know, the orchid can live in crazy difficult conditions, and it can regenerate itself even after it's, like, we would think it's dead. So that's why Guerlain had studied it, because it seems to be this plant that has something in it that can rejuvenate itself, and so that's why they started studying it and using products from the orchid in this Orchidee line. It is an expensive line. They sell face creams, they sell There is a serum that is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I have used it. I'm not using it right now. It's very expensive. I can't always afford to purchase it. You know, I don't have an unlimited supply of money, and I don't get my products for free. I have to purchase them. So I do think it's beautiful for anyone who wants to try it. It gives such amazing, amazing radiance. And the concentration of, you know, the ingredients from the Orchid is much higher in the serum than in any of the other products. So if you're looking for sort of how to get the most from it, you might want to think about that serum. So yeah, those are the products I wanted to talk about. I will say, like, the Abeille Royale line. So Guerlain makes three lines of skincare. The SuperAqua, which is not anti-aging, it is just hydration. So this can be incorporated with any of your other skincare, or if you're just looking for hydration. The next one is sort of their beginner's line to anti-aging, although I would not say this is a beginning line. This product has worked wonders for me. So the Abeille Royale is the next step up, and then they go to the Orchidee Imperiale line, which is beautiful, 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 but not everybody can afford this. All three lines are wonderful. I've used all three of them, and I kind of switch around and intermix the products when I'm, you know, using them. I also will, when I'm using another skincare line, I will use, you know, I keep using the oil. On days when I'm dehydrated, I will use the serum, that kind of thing. They mix beautifully together. So yeah, I thought I would share all of those with you for anyone who is interested. Again, if you want to get the brush set, it's going on this week through the 16th. You can visit your local Neiman Marcus store. I think it's only at Neiman Marcus stores, I'm not sure. Or if you don't have a local Neiman Marcus store and you're interested in getting it, I will leave my information below. And you can feel free to contact me either at my email address or at the phone number. You can call or text. It is the cell number. And if you call that number, you will get only me. It is my personal phone. So that is it for today. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, and I will talk to you all again soon.